Hello and welcome to another edition of Chabot News. It is April 6, 2016. My name is Jacob, and in today's news, San Francisco Mayor Ed Lee was pulled over by the police. The governor of Mississippi has passed the new law giving the right to business owners to refuse service to gay couples due to religious beliefs. Esme will bring us the story on Drake's two new songs with Jay-Z and Kanye, and May will give us an update on the Giants and A's. All that and more on Chabot TV. A shooting near the Oakland Airport on Tuesday has left one man in the hospital with a gunshot wound to the head. The gunman fled in the victim's rental car alongside with 19-year-old Dina Johansson, who later returned to the scene where she was arrested on suspicion of carjacking. The shooting happened around 2:12 a.m. at the Courtyard Marriott and may have had something to do with the prostitution service gone awry. Police are still on the lookout for the gunman as well as the stolen rental car. Ed Lee, San Francisco mayor, found himself on the wrong side of the law Monday night while he and a police officer were patrolling the streets for auto burglars. The unmarked car carrying the mayor was traveling suspiciously slow, and another police officer pulled over the mayor and his officer escort. Lieutenant Luke Martin, who was driving the vehicle, spoke about the incident, stating, "I think I was driving maybe a little suspiciously, so the officers keyed into the way I was driving and decided to investigate further." What their investigation turned up was Mayor Ed Lee, the investigating officer, immediately recognized the mayor and let them go on their way, Martin said. The mayor was taking part in a ride-along with the lieutenant in order to better understand how to combat San Francisco's recent 17% increase in the property's crime. San Francisco became the first place in the country to require businesses to provide fully paid leave for new parents. The legislation grants mothers and fathers 6 weeks of paid leave. This is great news because the only employees who are offered this necessity are some workers in the private sector and people employed by tech companies. This measure was passed unanimously by the Board of Supervisors and will be slow worked into law by January 2017. Now, it's time for an entertainment update with Esme.
The pop icon Drake unleashed two new singles off of his highly anticipated album, Views from the Six. One of them named Pop Style, featuring Jay-Z and Kanye West, two huge rappers in the game, in which it's only right for all three of them to be on track together. The other is called One Dance, featuring Wizkid and Kayla. Pop Style allows the three rap giants to go back and forth while Drizzy raps about trying his hardest for his family, while Hov reminds listeners that they are still out to get him. Then Yeezy takes Devils Out of My Life before preaching the gospel. Twitter absolutely blew up. Janet Jackson. The singer at age 49, Janet Jackson, shared bad news and good news with fans this morning. She postponed the second leg of her Unbreakable tour, but it's because she and husband, Wissam Al-Manah, are planning our family. In other words, she's planning to have a child at the age of 50. She will need the rest to do so at such a high age. Some fans are outraged, but most are truly happy for the pop star. That's it for the entertainment update. Back to you, Jacob.
Thanks, Esme. Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant signed the bill HB 1523, allowing employers to refuse service to gay couples. The bill weighs heavy on religious beliefs and allows discrimination back into Mississippi. The law extends to extramarital sex and transgender people as well. The governor explains in his full statement, this bill does not limit any constitutionally protected rights or actions of any citizen of this state under federal law or state laws. Backed up by many conservatives, the president of Billy Graham Evangelistic Association tweets out, thankful for Governor Phil Bryant and the Mississippi legislators who voted to protect religious freedom. The LGBT community is now under a constant threat in Mississippi. Now it's time for sports with the Sports Report with May.
Thanks, Jacob. Both the Giants and the A's kicked off their respective seasons on Monday and both yielded different outcomes. The A's lost a close game by the final of 4-3. Sloppy defense by the A's dug themselves a hole that the offense couldn't quite get themselves out of. The Giants beat the Milwaukee Brewers 12-3, due in large part to Joe Panik, Denard Span, and Buster Posey hitting back-to-back-to-back home runs in the top of the 8th inning. The Warriors bounced back from their first loss at home all season with an offense barrage against the Portland Trail Blazers on Sunday. Steph Curry finished the night with 39 points, and Draymond Green racked up his 13th triple-double of the season with 22 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. With a final score of 136-111, the Warriors moved to 69-8 and are still on pace to break the '96 Chicago Bulls record of 72-10. That's all for the sports report. Back to you, Jacob.
Thanks, May. A Valley woman in Mesa, Arizona is used to hearing planes pass over her house every single day. But what dropped in on her driveway just yesterday is something that you may never expect. A plane that was supposed to land in Sky Harbor accidentally had an object fall right out of it. The slide was so big it filled the back of a pickup truck. Andrea Self, the homeowner of the unsuspecting landing, states, "I heard a huge boom on the top of my roof. Big cracks through the branches along the house. And there was also some shaking. I was so scared. I smelled a sulfur smell and called the fire department immediately. They took care of it accordingly." That's it for Chabot News. Thanks to the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch all this anytime on Chabot TV/YouTube. Stay tuned to KCTH 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.